We have a murder on our hands, and I've been hired to solve it. Let's get into questioning. Orange, if you would come with me, can you tell me exactly what happened in the hour prior to Red's death?
We were having lunch. We were all there. Red too. I think Blue and Red were talking to each other, but nothing really seemed wrong with anyone, except Mustard, actually. He was pretty sad. I think today is the anniversary of the death of his friend or something. Anyway, when we finished with lunch, we all went our separate ways.
What were you doing when you heard the scream?
Well, I didn't hear a scream. I went down to the cellar. You don't hear anything down there. It's soundproofed or something. I was the last to learn of Red's death. Green ran down to get me.
Interesting. And why were you in the cellar?
I needed another drink. They never bring enough out for lunch. Pretty common place for me to be.
Plum, please, if you come with me. So tell me, what were you doing at the time of death?
I was in the hall playing piano. I have a music concert coming up. Needed to get some practice in.
Were you playing as the scream occurred?
I don't really know. I might have stopped a little before it, but I don't know.
So Cyan?
I went to my bedroom after lunch. I was in there for a bit, but I needed some water, so I went down to the kitchen. On my way I saw Red lying there and I panicked. I screamed for help.
So, you found him. From your recollection, was anyone playing piano after lunch?
I did hear music, but the walls here muffle sound a lot, so I don't really know if it was piano or some other random instrument we have in this house.
Interesting. Does Orange go to the cellar much?
Orange? Oh yeah, he's down there every day. We put a lock on the door once, but he learned to pick it somehow.
Mustard, you're mourning your friend's death today, is that right?
Yeah, we have his gravestone outside. I went there after lunch to be with him.
My condolences. Do you happen to know of anything that was going on between Red and Plum?
No. Was there?
I do not know. I'm just trying to figure things out. How about Red and Blue?
Don't know.
Blue, please come with me.
I stayed in the dining room after lunch. Was doing some writing. I'm writing a book.
Orange said everyone left the dining room after lunch.
I mean, I did, but I came back to write.
Why did you go and then come back? Why not just stay?
I was talking to Red during lunch. We hadn't finished talking, so I walked with him and then I came back when we were done.
What was the conversation about?
We were kind of dissing Plum. I assume he told you about his music concert. Well, it's really just a test he has to do in front of his teacher. It's not really a concert at all, but he's persistent in calling it a concert. It's not, so we were making fun of him.
Was Plum playing when you heard Sir Cyan scream?
No, actually. I think he stopped about 5 minutes before. Not sure what he was doing though.
Interesting. And the hall is just 2 rooms down, yes?
Yes.
Was he playing in there or somewhere else?
Yeah, he was definitely playing in the hall.
Mr. Green, you're the last I've spoken to. In as much detail as possible, please tell me everything that happened from the moment you finished lunch.
Well, I got up with everyone else. I went downstairs with Mustard and Orange. Mustard went outside, Orange went to the cellar. I went to the library. I was there reading, but I heard something fall upstairs, so I went to go check it out. But when I got to the top of the stairs, I heard Sir Cyan scream. I saw Blue rushing out of the dining room and Plum ran in from somewhere a bit further down, probably the piano or something, and Mustard must have ran back inside. When we found Sir Cyan, he was on the floor in shock, and then we realized Red was behind him, dead. At this point, Orange was the only one not there, so I ran down to the cellar to get him. After that, you were called and we all waited.
Well, they all seem to have good stories, but now it's time for me to find the holes. Immediately, we know Mustard, Orange, and Green did not do it. Mustard was outside the whole time, Orange was down in the cellar, and neither of them had any opportunity to approach the victim. Green can be cleared too, since Blue would have seen him from the dining room. That means Blue, Sir Cyan, and Plum are my potential suspects. Sir Cyan was the one who found the body, and he screamed out. Perhaps this was done in an effort to avoid suspicion in an investigation, although he was identified as in shock, so I'm inclined to believe he's innocent. That leaves Plum and Blue as potential murderers. Blue, I'd like to speak with you again, please. And Plum, I need to see you next. I would like for you to describe Red to me.
I mean, he was a normal guy. Pretty similar to the rest of us. Spent a lot of time in his room. I was definitely his favorite sibling, but he was a good guy.
Well, he was just like all of us, very studious, loved research. Actually, he was very much like a detective. I think he was trying to be one. Probably could have been you in a few years, but, I mean, he was just a normal person. He was nice, kind, never lied. I'm gonna miss him.
I believe I have figured this out. Everyone here has a good story, but some of them have holes. At first glance, all of you seem to be innocent, but one of you is not. One of you killed Red. So Cyan, you found the body. You announced to everyone that Red was dead. With words, you cannot convince us that you did not do this to avoid suspicion. However, your reaction to finding the body is undoubtedly genuine, indicating you are in fact innocent. Now Blue, you were alone with Red when you were walking with him after lunch. You had opportunity. When Mr. Green heard a crash on the floor, perhaps Red's body had just fallen from where you hit him, and this so happened to occur minutes before Sir Cyan walked through the hallway. You were looking guilty, but you are not the only one. Plum, you are also a suspect. You were playing piano before Red's death. Everyone heard you. You might think this makes you innocent, but you were identified as not playing at the time of Sir Cyan's scream. In fact, you had a 5-minute window to scurry off, find Red, kill him, drag his body into the hallway, and run back to the piano. Green would have heard the fall, and no one would have noticed you were gone. You two are looking guilty. I spoke with both of you once more, asking what you thought of Red. One of you answered honestly, the other was hiding something. Sometimes when you lie, you tell more of the truth. Just know that's how I figured this out. And now only one question remains. Why did you kill him, Mr. Blue?
Blue! He had it coming. We weren't dissing Plum's pathetic concert in our conversation. He was threatening me. Mustard, you remember a year ago your friend died from falling off that cliff? No. I shot him. I killed your friend. Red found out somehow. He was gonna out me. He was gonna tell you everything. So I killed him. You're all lucky Sir Cyan found that body so quickly. I would have gotten away with it. I would have been free.
Let's get you behind bars.